Insurance. This is Tony Cañas, Chief Motivational Officer at Insurance Nerds and PNC Client Advisor at the Jacobson Group. And today I'm recording in my home base of Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to tell you a story from a few years ago that taught me a lot about customer service, and I think that we can learn a lot from it here in insurance. I call this one 7 Steps to Serve Like Sam, Hong Kong's most renowned tailor. So a few years ago, my girlfriend, who is a travel addict, she wanted to travel to Asia for the first time. And after keeping track of flight prices, we ended up getting 2 pretty cheap tickets to Hong Kong. And we made that our first Asia trip. And I bought a travel guide for Hong Kong, and I discovered that Hong Kong is famous for tailors that can design can make you a custom suit. And since I work in insurance, in a traditional industry where you have to dress up often, I decided to go ahead and look into getting one made. And so we did a lot of research and ended up choosing Sam's tailor. And I learned several things working with Sam for a couple of days to get the suits made. So first of all, number one, there is a lot of power in great reviews and referrals instead of marketing. Kowloon, the area of Hong Kong where Sam's is located, and where all the tailors have their little shops, a lot of them are aligned on the same road. The moment you step out of the amazing MTR subway system, you get just accosted by tons and tons of sharply dressed young men trying to convince you to come and check out the tailor shops that they represent. Since we had done a lot of research, we knew to just skip them all and go straight to 94 Nathan Road, where the small shop for Sam's is hidden. He doesn't, as opposed to the others that work in tailoring in Hong Kong, he doesn't use runners to bring in customers. He doesn't advertise. He relies entirely on word of mouth. And the guidebooks and all the internet research said that it was the best place to get a custom suit, or a bespoke suit. So that's where we ended up going. Number 2, make everyone feel like royalty. So we walk into his shop and there are photos of Bill Clinton, John Boehner, both President Bush, 41 and 43, Princess Diana, Prince Charles, and just about any other politician or celebrity you can imagine. There's pictures of them getting measured for suits at Sam's Tailors. So I was half expecting to be approached with something like, "So who exactly are you?" And maybe even be walked to another shop that was not for celebrities. But we walked in and we were immediately welcomed by Manu, one of the 2 sons of Sam, the founder. Sam is now retired, so Manu is one of the 2 sons that is now running the business. Very kind, soft-spoken man. And I told him that I wanted a suit, and very quickly he pulled out 3 books of fabric and showed us samples. He was super, super kind with us. Did inquire what I did for a living, and I said insurance. We ended up deciding on getting a solid charcoal and a black. So we ended up with 2 suits and 3 shirts. And my girlfriend helped me choose the fabrics, and he waited on us very patiently, kind of guided us through the process, never hurrying us, offering helpful advice. And for him, I think about it, for him, this is just a routine transaction. This is what he does every day, right? And I'm not a celebrity. This is just what he does every day, and he made us feel just fantastic. And this shop it's like 100 square foot, and has like 8 staff and like 15 customers. And we were pretty tightly packed in there, and yet he made us feel like a celebrity. And he even hooked Renee up with a can of beer, and myself with a bottle of water, because I don't drink beer. And it was just a great visit. And the amazing thing is, every time we had to come in twice more. So the first time we put in the order, the second time they remeasured me with the halfway finished suit to make last second adjustments, and then the third time to pick him up. Every time we came in, we were treated like family. They remembered us by name. They remembered that Renee wanted a beer and I didn't. It really was just an amazing experience. And I think there's a ton we can learn about how to treat the client here in insurance. Number 3, ask the right questions and help the customer make good decisions. I came in wearing jeans, a Superman shirt, and a $6 backpack that we had just bought in a street market. I hadn't shaved for 3 days, and I didn't really look the part of an insurance executive by any means. And by asking questions and by appearing interested in the answers, he helped me figure out what kind of suit I needed. And I truly had no idea whether I wanted 2 or 3 or 4 buttons, whether I wanted pleats or not. I didn't really know how to respond then. But as he asked questions, he confidently led me to what ended up being a couple of fantastic suits. It's been over 5 years. I still have them. One of them is a little beat up, but they're still amazing. It's still an amazing product, and they fit like a glove when I got them. So ask the right questions and help the client. And think about it. If we get the client, he might have sold me more stuff if he had led me in that direction instead of leading me to the right stuff. But I wouldn't have come back if he hadn't sold me the right stuff that made sense for who I am and what my needs were. Number 4, make your product truly premium and don't discuss price until the end. I thought this was very interesting. Even though we came in underdressed, he didn't tell me right away how much it would be, kind of to test, because it's not cheap. It's cheaper than getting it done in the States or in Europe, but it's not cheap. So he spent probably half an hour with us before sharing price. At that point, he was risking us running away, but the product spoke on its own, and his service spoke on its own and made me so comfortable that it made sense to put $1,500 on a credit card, because I felt like I was truly getting my money's worth, and I absolutely did. So I think that's very important, helping the client understand the value of the product before we take the conversation to price. Because price and value are different things. And if you can sell the value, the client will do their best to deal with the price. Number 5, upsell with the customer in mind, not just to increase sales. In this case, he did manage to upsell me to a few shirts, and the shirts ended up not being the great match. I continue using Brooks Brothers shirts to this day, but I think that any pressure we put on our salespeople to upsell in order to hit upsell numbers results in bad customer service. I like the way that he did it, where it was very much based on what I had told him about myself, and very much based on what he understood about my own needs. Number 6, ask the right questions to help the customer make good decisions. Ask the right follow-up questions. So as we came back for the second day of the fitting, this time with halfway constructed jacket and pants, they asked me a bunch of questions on how they felt and whether I wanted to make any changes. And again, help me guide me through the rest of the process. Not just at the beginning, but they kept asking questions through the whole process. And finally, number 7, make it easy for the customer to give you future business. And the way that Sam does that, so if you think about it, when it comes to travel to Hong Kong, a lot of people who come in might never be back in Hong Kong. So how do you make it so that they can easily use you again? Well, what Sam does is your suit includes a little label that says custom made for and your name and a client number. So for the rest of life, I can call or email with my client number. They still have my measures. I can tell them if I've gained or lost weight, and I can order again, and they can mail it to the States. Also, they do trips abroad to places like New York and LA and London and places like that. So if you live in a very major city, you might be able to get remeasured when they visit. But they basically make it very easy for you to come back and use them again. So I think there's a lot within insurance that we can learn about the fantastic customer experience that I got at Sam's Tailor. TC, out.